Attacks and shelling of cities is a senseless killing of civilians. Shortly after his arrival, 2 persons were killed in Saigon's Cholan district when 2 female terrorists commandeered a bus and set it afire. The new enemy offensive entered its 4th day today, and heavy fighting continued across South Vietnam. But the new attacks are costing the communists dearly, with an estimated 2,000 killed since Sunday. American losses are believed to be about 150 dead and 750 wounded. Some of the fiercest fighting in recent days has been going on near the Cambodian border. CBS News correspondent Don Webster reports.
The heaviest of all the attacks was at this remote outpost of the 1st Air Cavalry called Fire Base Jamie. 73 communist soldiers died trying to take it. After the American soldiers thought the attack was over and the enemy bodies had been buried, they repaired the damage and reinforced the outside perimeter. And it was none too soon, for the communists launched a mortar attack on the base.
Hey, we got mortars coming in. We'll get down. I think it was. You know, like 79.
Looked like frags.
Okay, dude. I didn't hear any mortars. Did you hear the rounds go off?
Mortars aimed at the American camp were not especially accurate, and the GIs were quick to react with their own.
15 meters outside the wire.
15 meters, no, range, 200.
14908, charge 1.
14908, charge 1, what about charge 0?
Mortar attacks like this one are mainly harassment, hoping a lucky shot will hit the right place. During the brief encounters, each side fires fast and frantically at the other.
Fire. Yeah.
Okay, fire.
Hang it. Fire.
Finally, the mortar attack ends, and this one was not a prelude to a ground attack as the big one was during the night. Leading the charge to recapture their own bunker was Captain William Lacey. The communists occupied the bunker for about an hour and a half. How did you finally get them out?
Well, initially we tried firing artillery, but you can see the range was too short. So then we started maneuvering on them with rockets. We fired the rockets, and they started coming out one by one. So then we started working them over with hand grenades and our M16 rifles, and finally finished them off.
And you were wounded in the hip. How did you get hit?
Well, as we were on the final assault, man on my right yelled "Gook," and I turned, and there was a Gook there with an AK, and he fired and I fired. Fortunately, mine was on full automatic, and his was on semi-automatic, so he hit me with 1 round, and I hit him with about 20.
Then the GIs see a welcome sight, the first heavy monsoon rain of the season. Whereas moments before there was dust everywhere, now there is mud. And there are side benefits too. Water doesn't need to be imported to take a bath. The U.S. side will also be hurt by the rain. Less visibility for accurate airstrikes and artillery, and the American troops don't especially like living in the rain either. Because of the drop in the temperature, this driving rain is good news for the GIs here. The bad news is the communist troops who had been in Cambodia have come back. Don Webster, CBS News at Fire Base Jamie, near the Cambodian border.
Tran Bu Kiam, the Viet Cong's chief delegate at the Paris peace talks, said today that the 10-point peace plan offered by him last week is open to negotiation. Speaking in Paris, Kiam also said for the first time that the Viet Cong would expect to fill at least half the posts in any provisional coalition government set up in South Vietnam. When the preliminary peace talks opened in Paris just a year ago yesterday, Averell Harriman was the chief U.S. negotiator, since replaced by Henry Cabot Lodge. CBS News diplomatic correspondent Marvin Kaplan